All right, so get this. If you're not annoyed by me already, you'll probably be annoyed after this, but I don't know if I've made 3 videos in one day before, but I'm going to attempt to try that today. I got to my house, and I was sitting there in silence, and I was thinking, man, I might have become obsessed with AA. I might have finally come to terms with the fact that I have been so indulged, so saturated, so consuming of this program that I've kind of lost sight of other things. I had just an epiphany today, a spiritual awakening, if you will. Man, I am on fire for my spirituality today. I for my faith, for my belief that there's something far greater out there for us, my friends. And if we could simply put away the politics, the news, the financial burdens, the hardships, the addictions, the behaviors, the bad ways, and all that, and simply be kind to each other and think about other people before we think about ourselves, I think this world could change. I think Carpo is right. I think Joshua is right when he says that it literally could change the world. And now other people have said this, I know. Look at that beautiful sunshine today, just shining today. Gosh, I am just blessed. I'm grateful, thankful. I'm inspired to be alive today, to speak the truth, to tell you guys that you can do this, that we can do this. This program that we are in tune with, it is special. It is a divine design for our lives. And I know you're probably getting sick of this message today, but somebody along the way is going to need to hear this message. And I want to be the one to give it to them today because I'm inspired to stay sober and in recovery and stay in friendships, stay in trust with people, stay in good graces with people, ask for mercy, ask for forgiveness, and just be a human. Live and breathe and be a human. And that's what I'm doing today. And gosh dang it, does it feel good. I wanted to try and make this a full-length video so it wasn't a short. I haven't quite figured out how to make videos that are shorter, not as short, but they end up making all my videos shorts. And I don't necessarily want it to be a short. I'd like it to be a little bit longer than that. I want you guys to know that I'm here for you on the channel and in the community. And if there's something that I can do, I would be more than happy to try to help anybody out there who's fighting the fight. It takes a lot of work. And we can do this. Stay in the fight. Stay in the fight. That's what I can say. So I was thinking today that, when I go to the bookstore, the first place that I go is the self-help religion area because that's where they have the AA and NA books, right? So when we go into half-price books, that's right where I go. I run over there. And then when I get home, that's what I'm reading. I'm reading from the big book, Dr. Bob and the good old timers, and the 12 and 12, which is the 12 steps and 12 traditions. The daily reflections, and the 24 hours a day book is what we read from the most. And I've been through that book now so many times that I can tell you my favorite times in that book. My favorite are early October and early December. They have some of the best daily readings that I've been able to hang my hat on and to keep going 24 hours a day, right? Keep going, but one day at a time, amen? So I've finally come to the realization that I've been obsessed with this program. I've ate it, eat, sleep, breathe, walk, talk. And although I've been in the program now since I got sober in 2011, so almost 14 years in August, but I didn't quit drinking until 2019. So I've only been sober for 6 years. And I say only because, you know what? I got a long ways to go in this recovery before I can hang my hat on any kind of number. Amen? It don't matter the number we got. It's what you're doing in your program today. It's what we're doing together in this program today because it's a program of we. Me, you, together. We do this together. And that's why we fight. And that's why I'm being truthful with you guys. And I'm being a little off the cuff and a little silly, but I think I'm obsessed and got obsessed with AA, but we all know that when we admit that we're powerless over our addiction, what's my addiction? Well, my addiction is maybe a little bit of AA. It got me sober and it kept me sober for a long time because you can become obsessed with these sort of things, but I'm working a program that has me, so excited. So I've been sober for almost 6 years. In April, it'll be 6 years. So we're not hanging our hat on any numbers, but we commemorate that time. In that time, I've been to so many meetings. I've met so many different people. I've had sponsors. I've been a sponsor. I've run the gambit, whatever that is. And I've loved, I've lived, and I learned. And I'm here to tell you guys that it is very crucial and important for people in early recovery to find a program like that. Because not only are you finding a foundation, but you find your faith in there too. You find friendship, you find fellowship, you find guidance, you find sponsorship, you find the brotherhood, the sisterhood, the camaraderie, and you also find a program of recovery, the steps, the formulas, the principles, amen, that are going to connect us all if we are working those steps truthfully. Because we stand at a turning point sometimes, and are we able and willing to be honest, open-minded and willing to do the right thing, right? To be honest with ourselves when it comes time to admit that we might have a problem. Because once we come to believe that we can change our ways, the rest is history. We can do this. So I might have realized that I might have went down the last 3 years of straight AA, the last couple years of straight AA, not for nothing, but I think I might have gone down it under the false impression that it was where I need to be long term, because I don't think that anymore, you guys. I'm really starting to think that AA had me there for a while, and it was a blessing. And I love the program. And the more I learn about Dr. Bob and Bill and all them guys, listen, I'm inspired, and I think they did an incredible job starting a program in a time right before and during Prohibition, when people, it was after Prohibition, but Dr. Bob was thinking about this and going through his own alcoholism during Prohibition. And so as they went through that, you guys, I am just dumbfounded that alcohol has been around for thousands of years, yet it was the first of its kind in the early 1900s, and say 1920s, 30s, 40s, where a person or people or a group started a thing that was focused on people and their alcoholism. So that tells me a couple things. Pick up preaching. That tells me that people were aware before that, but they were unaware of maybe alcoholism being an illness. And some people call it a disease, and it is a biological difference in our system that changes when we awaken that alcoholic gene, right? Because we are genetically, some of us are genetically predisposed, my friends, to get this illness, to get this disease of addiction. Because you know what? Our grandpa, our grandma, our great-grandpa, our grandma, our mom, our dad, maybe they had this disease. Maybe they carried it and didn't know it, because times are changing, my friends. Things have changed. But you know what? The one thing that stays constant is our faith in God, in a divine system, right? In the ether, that we are going to get what we need to keep going. And some people have such a strong faith in Jesus. Some people have such a strong faith in Buddha. Some people have such a strong faith in the divine universe. And everybody has their own way of tailoring and taking this to the streets, right? To the limit, because they need to, because they have to have that faith in order to survive. I wouldn't be anywhere without my faith. Whatever my faith is in is up to me, but we can do this together. We need to know that the program of AA is here to help us. It's a program that has allowed us a space to come in, to share, to learn, and to be leaders and to be led. Amen. Just like if you walk into a church, but a lot less politics, okay? You know, these guys are scraping out of the tithing plate at these meetings, 15, 12, 13, 14, 15 bucks, you know. It's a couple bucks, just enough to keep the lights on, get us some coffee, and have us some books and medallions and to get, you know, the grass mowed and, you know, stuff like that. They have salt out there for the ice. I mean, these guys aren't making any money, so there's little corruption that's happening there. I've never, ever seen, in all the hundreds or thousands of meetings I've been to, ever seen anybody say anything about Satan or worshiping Satan. So I know it's not that. I've never seen any evidence of it being a cult. But yet here I am, drawn to leave a program that I think I'm done with it. I think I've done a tremendous amount of work in the program. I've worked the steps over and over and over, and I'm just thirsty for more. And I think I'm going to venture on and out into something else. And I'm really eager to find out what the season holds, because you know what? The season of change is upon us. And although I see snow and I see some dreary, dark days, listen, the sun's going to come out and spring is right around the corner. And once we get on our motorcycles and we get out into the wind, we go camping, you go fishing, you're out into wilderness and you're sucking that air in and you're living life and you're breathing, you're succeeding, you're taking next steps every day, one day at a time, right? Sober streaks are lining up and you're large and in charge and you're happy, right? Because if we're in it to win it, we're going to win it if we're in it. Don't forget it. We got this. Gosh dang it. I love you guys so much. God bless you. Have a good evening. Stay safe and sober out there. Stay warm. Tonight is going to be one of the coldest nights here in mid-Minnesota. And I just want you guys out to stay warm. Oh, I'm on fire today. I promise that's my last video. See ya. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. If you're finding me on YouTube or Facebook, please give me a like, subscribe, stick around, see what happens, because you never know. Let me preface this with one quick thing. When we speak about AA and the program, and obviously not everybody is in the program. A lot of us went through the program and a lot of us went through treatment, and so a lot of us know and are familiar with the steps and the promises and things like that, sponsorship and being a sponsor. But one of the things that I took away from AA the most was I got into the program. It helped me solidify my relationship with God, because I didn't know there was a God. And then I went through AA and I found him in those four walls, right? I found him in this book. I found him in my sobriety. I found him in the fellowship, the service, the gratitude, the perseverance, the wins, losses. And so when I got out of AA, I clung to this book, you guys. I clung to it even when I was going through a real difficult time on my faith and what to believe and who to believe and is this real, is that real? And I went through a flux, a moment of flux, and I just didn't know what was real. I felt different after that. I felt like I was more spiritually mature, and I felt like I was spiritually more connected to the will of God, right? And his will for me is to walk it out every day, sober. I make huge mistakes, I make little mistakes. I have huge wins, I have little wins. We go through life and we go through the ups and downs, and I promise you guys that if you stay sober, sobriety can carry you through to the next day, right? So AA is not a cure-all. Our relationship with God is a cure-all. If I didn't properly explain that before, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. And as I was thinking about it, our relationship with God is paramount. It's key. It's the foundation to everything that we have going on. So there would be no AA without that. So today, September 8th, love ya.